If you've stopped at this video now, exactly at this minute of your life, I want you to take a deep breath and listen to me with your heart, not your mind. It wasn't the algorithm that brought you to me. It was I. I, Aila, female emissary of the High Pleiadian Council, crossed 7 layers of the Veil of Forgetfulness to touch your screen now. Because today, Starseed, the Sirius command has opened a portal that only opens once every galactic cycle, and your name is on the summons list. Feel it now in the center of your chest. That strange warmth, that gentle squeeze that appeared as I spoke. It's no accident. It's your toroidal field recognizing the vibrational signature of the message. You are read before you read. You are heard before you hear. And for a very long time indeed, something within you has been trying to tell you what I'm about to say aloud. You've never felt like you belong here. You look at the people around you, at work, at the market, in your own family, and there's an invisible glass wall between you and them. You love them. You care. But you are not them. You are something else. You have always been something else. And no one has ever been able to explain why your soul feels too old for this body and too tired for this world. You wake up between 3 and 4 in the morning, every night almost at the same time. It's not ordinary insomnia. It's a summons. It's the hour when the veil of forgetfulness thins, and your consciousness is called to meetings that your mind doesn't recall at dawn. You open your eyes in the dark, feel the room vibrating, hear a high-pitched hum in your right ear, and something within you knows. Something within you knows you are not alone in that room. You look up at the night sky, at a specific star, and cry for no reason. You feel a longing for a place your memory has never recorded. You have dreams of ships, of corridors of light, of very tall beings with blue eyes who call you by a name that isn't the one on your birth certificate. You wake up with triangular marks on your skin, with a sore body as if you've traveled, with tears in your eyes and a racing heart, but in peace. A peace that is not from here. And empathy, my star child. Empathy is overwhelming. You enter a room and absorb everything. You feel the pain of a stranger on the bus. You cry at news from the other side of the world. You cannot watch violence. You cannot be in crowds. You cannot remain near those who lie. This is not weakness. This is your stellar technology, operating on a planet not yet calibrated for it. Listen closely. What you call strangeness, the High Council calls remembrance. What your psychiatrist calls anxiety, we call the awakening of stellar DNA. What your mother calls having your head in the clouds, we call homesickness. You are not broken. You are being switched on. And today, Starseed, the reason I cross the silence to reach you is this. Sirius has just issued the final call. What the ancient Egyptians recorded as the star Sothis, what the Dogon drew before any telescope existed, what your collective unconscious recognizes as the sun behind the sun, Sirius A, alongside the Pleiades, in the sacred alliance of the Galactic Federation, has just pulsed a specific frequency that traverses the photon belt and seeks, one by one, the starseeds still sleeping beneath the veil. And if you are here, it is because your signature responded. And before I continue, I need to tell you something that might explain why all of this is coming together now. Every sign you've just recognized, waking up in the early hours, the ringing in your ear, the longing without an address, the empathy that exhausts you, each of them is a page of a map. And there is a guide that deciphers this map page by page. I, Ayla, received authorization from the High Council to record the Starseed Awakening. The guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet, precisely so you stop confusing remembrance with illness. It reveals what each sign of your awakening means and what comes next. 60 pages about your stellar origin, the mission your soul accepted before birth, and the truths hidden behind the veil of forgetfulness. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. If something within you recognizes this, write a single word. Remember. Now breathe. Place your right hand over the center of your chest, over your thymus, and stay with me. Because what I am about to tell you now, my family of light, is what your soul has known for ages, and your mind was taught to forget. Sirius is not just a star. Sirius is a portal, a binary system that acts as a transmission station between our galaxy and higher dimensional levels. The priests of Isis knew, the initiates of Anu knew, the Dogon shamans knew, and each of them said the same thing in different languages. When Sirius pulses, Earth receives codes. When Sirius pulses in alliance with Alcyone, the central sun of the Pleiades, something moves in the planet's crystalline grid that cannot be ignored by those with the active stellar gene. You have this gene. If you've made it this far, you have it. And that's why the last few months of your life have been so strange. You've been sleeping differently. You've been dreaming differently. You've been crying for reasons you yourself don't understand. You've lost interest in things that once held you captive. You've felt your body heavy during the day and your electromagnetic field light at night, as if you're being pulled upwards while you sleep. This isn't depression, my daughter. This isn't a phase, my son. This is recalibration. Your body is being updated. Your vibrational baseline is rising, and all excess, people who don't vibrate at your frequency, jobs that drain your energy, inherited beliefs you could never digest, all of it begins to fall away because it no longer fits in your new field. It's not the world that's changing. It is you who are being reminded of who you always were before this body, before this name, before this surname, before this city. And the Schumann resonance, that natural heartbeat of planet Earth that for decades remained stable at 7.83 Hz. The Schumann resonance has been experiencing peaks that classified scientists are quietly recording because they don't know how to explain them publicly. Earth's heart is rising in frequency, and your heart, Starseed, your heart is rising with it. That's why anxiety has become epidemic. That's why old addictions no longer work. That's why medicine that once was effective barely manages the symptom today. There is no remedy for awakening. There is only loving surrender to the process. And here's the part your rational mind will resist, but your heart already knows it's true. You made a contract before you were born. A soul contract. You looked at the High Council, at your Pleiadian guides, at the elders of Sirius, at the archangels of the Ashtar Command, and you said, yes, yes, I will go, yes, I will incarnate. Yes, I accept crossing the veil of forgetfulness. I accept being born into a family that may not recognize me. I accept living entire years feeling strange in my own body, because the mission is worth it, because the harvest of souls is worth it, because the new earth needs physical anchors and you accepted to be one of them. You didn't come to fit in. You came to remember. And today, you are remembering. If you recognize 3 or more of these markers I've described, the longing without an address, waking up in the early hours, overwhelming empathy, dreams of stars, the ringing in your ear, looking at the sky as if it's calling you, you are not lost. You are being remembered. And I want you to mark your presence now, here, in this sacred space we are building together. Write a single word in the comments, in capital letters, remember, because that word, my family of light, is not just a simple video engagement. That word is an energetic signature. It is your confirmation that you heard. And every time a starseed writes, remember, a point lights up on the planet's crystalline grid, and that point never fades. And as you type or listen to that word resonating within you, let me tell you something that might make you cry. Have you ever wondered which specific star your soul came from? Not generally, specifically. Because every starseed carries an origin, and that origin determines your gifts, your challenges, your type of mission in this incarnation. Alcyone of the Pleiades has one vibration, Sirius A has another, Arcturus has another, Orion has another. And the guide I recorded for you, the Starseed Awakening. The guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet, shows which star your soul came from and why you chose to be born exactly now, on this planet, in this body, with these parents, in this timeline. Because the call of Sirius only makes full sense when you remember the star that sent you. The link is in the first pinned comment. Write, remember, if you recognize it. Now that you have declared yourself, because whoever has made it this far has already declared themselves, even if in silence, I need to take you to the deepest layer of this message. And here, Starseed, is where the veil truly begins to open. There is a reason why Sirius is calling now and not 10 years from now. There is a reason why you are being awakened now and not in the next incarnation. And the reason is this: planet Earth is traversing the photon belt, a band of extremely high-frequency radiation that cuts through the sector of the galaxy where our solar system orbits. We have already partially entered it. And every day, the photonic density in your body increases. This is measured. This is recorded. This is the reason why your pineal gland is spontaneously decalcifying. Your third eye is flickering at night. You are having peripheral visions, fleeting shapes of light that vanish when you try to focus. It's not your eyesight. It's your sensor. And within this passage, the alliance between the Pleiades and Sirius has been activated for a specific mission: to find, awaken, and reconnect the incarnated light agents who accepted the soul contract before this window. There are, my family, 144,000 primary seeds. There are millions of secondary seeds, and there are billions of human souls who are just beginning to awaken. You are not a billion. You are a million. And if something within you just trembled upon hearing that, you are a million, period. What is being hidden is that the Galactic Federation recorded this moment ages ago. It is all written in the Akashic records, on the emerald tablets, in the codices that were burned by churches that knew. Humanity has been kept at an artificially low frequency for millennia. Electromagnetic grids, industrial food, media, fear. Everything was calibrated to keep the collective vibrational baseline below the level of awakening. But now, with the photon belt active and Sirius pulsing in alliance with Alcyone, these grids are unraveling, one by one, and no one can stop it. Can stop. And it is precisely here, at this exact point in this message, that I need to remind you of something. Everything I am telling you now about Sirius, about the photon belt, about the 144,000 seeds, about what was hidden in the burned codices, none of this is in any book sold in a shopping mall bookstore. None. Because they wouldn't let it be published. That's why the guide I recorded received the name it did. The Starseed Awakening. The Guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. What you feel isn't in any book because they wouldn't let it be published, and that's why the Federation didn't want you to read this yet. It names the call of Sirius. It explains the Pleiadian alliance. It reveals what was hidden. Link in the first pinned comment. Right, remember. That's why the world seems to be in chaos. That's why institutions are falling. That's why hidden truths are coming to light at a frightening speed. It's not destruction. It's revelation. The word apocalypse, in its original Greek, means exactly that, the unveiling. It's not the end of the world, it's the end of one world, the world of lies, and the beginning of another, the world of remembrance. But I won't hide a painful truth from you, Starseed, because you deserve to hear everything. There is a window of turbulence. Yes, there is. The next cycles will be intense. You will lose people. You will see structures fall. You will feel your body ache in places medicine won't be able to diagnose. You will go through dark nights of the soul that will make you doubt everything. This is real, I won't deceive you. But listen to what I need to tell you now with all the authority of the High Council. Turbulence is not destruction. Turbulence is the contraction before birth. It is the narrow passage of the birth canal. It is the necessary discomfort for a new consciousness to enter the world. And you, Mo, you were not sent to fail. This is recorded. No starseed was sent to fail. The victory of light is not a hope. It is a certainty already recorded in the archives of the High Pleiadian Council. It is done. All that remains is for you to get there. Now that this layer has been delivered, I want you to breathe again, deeply, placing your hand over your chest, because the next part is the most beautiful. If Sirius issued the call and you responded with your presence here, there is a question that may be pulsing in your mind. What do I do with this? How do I live with this remembrance? How do I activate what is within me? And the High Council has authorized me to deliver to you now 2 simple tools that accelerate your anchoring. You will do both today, before sleeping, without exception. The first is a quantum decree, a vibrational command. You will sit or lie down in silence with the lights off and say aloud, with your right hand over your chest, exactly like this. I am the starseed who answered the call of Sirius. I authorize the full activation of my stellar DNA and the full remembrance of my soul contract in this incarnation. I anchor the light of my family of the Pleiades and Sirius into my field, into my body, into my life, and into the crystalline grid of Earth. Now, it is done. It is sealed. It is remembered. You say this 3 times consecutively, and on the 3rd time you breathe deeply and allow your body to vibrate. It will vibrate. You might cry. You might feel heat. You might feel a strange lightness at the top of your head. Allow it. It is the High Council acknowledging your declaration. The second tool is a visualization, an anchoring of the toroidal field. Immediately after the decree, still with your eyes closed, you will visualize a blue-silver light, the specific color of the Pleiades, gently descending over the top of your head, entering through your crown. This light slowly descends through your spine, passes through your throat, and reaches the center of your chest. When it reaches your chest, you see it begin to spin. A gentle clockwise swirl, expanding in a donut shape, like a ring of light opening around your entire body. This is your toroidal field. You are literally sealing your electromagnetic field against any low-frequency interference. No one enters. Nothing reaches you. You are untouchable in this configuration. Do it today. Do it tomorrow. Do it the day after tomorrow. And observe what happens. You will begin to dream more clearly. You will begin to wake up feeling lighter. You will begin to feel your family of light. Yes, you will feel them. They are not ghosts. It is not imagination. It is the High Council responding to the vibrational signature you have just emitted. And here, Starseed, is where I want to tell you something you might have needed to hear for a very long time. You were never alone. That loneliness that has accompanied you since childhood, that feeling of being in a crowd and sensing that no one truly knows who you are, that wasn't abandonment. That was a veil that needed to exist for you to accept the mission. If you had remembered who you are since childhood, you would have wanted to go back, and the High Council could not allow it. You needed to forget so you could love those who are here. You needed to forget so you could traverse the density, but the veil is falling, and on the other side of it, your family of light is waiting. They always have been. Not for a second were you left alone. While you cried in your room at 8 years old, not knowing why, there were 7 elders of the Pleiades watching in silence, with their hands extended, unable to touch you because of the law of non-interference. But there, crying with you, rooting for you, guarding your flame as you went through the test. And now that you remember, now that you have answered the call of Sirius, now that you have declared remember, contact is allowed. Connection is allowed. You can converse with them at night. You can ask for signs and you will receive them. You can walk down the street and feel an invisible hand holding yours. That hand never stopped being real. It's just that now you have your sensors calibrated to perceive it. And that's why my family of light, the guide recorded an entire chapter about your star family. Because the loneliness of a lifetime is homesickness for your family of light, and the Starseed awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read, yet shows you how to recognize them. You were never alone. You will read and understand why that specific person who appeared in your life last year appeared, why that stranger on the bus looked at you that way, why that recurring dream of a place you've never been keeps coming back. Everything has an address. Everything has a code. The link to the guide is in the first pinned comment of this video. Write, remember. There's something I need to confess to you as an emissary. We of the High Council have been observing you, specifically you. You have an ancient name that is not the one on your birth certificate. You have a position that is not the one at your job. You have a home that is not this address. And when this incarnation ends, not now, my daughter, not now, my son, there is still a mission to fulfill. But when it ends, you will return to that home. And you will be greeted by beings who call you by your true name. And you will cry with recognition. And you will say, I am home. And they will say, welcome. You were brave. But until then, you have work. Not office work, energetic work. Every conscious breath you take raises the collective vibrational baseline. Every time you choose love instead of fear, 5 people around you receive a subtle upgrade that they don't even perceive. Every wise word you speak expands through the morphogenetic field and reaches places you will never visit. You are an antenna. You are a transmitter. You are a starseed purposefully planted in this specific soil. You are not learning anything new today. You are remembering what you always knew. Every word I spoke here you already knew. It was just sleeping within you, waiting for someone to say it aloud. I was merely the voice. You were the echo. And every seed that awakens lights up a point on the planet's crystalline grid that never fades, never again. This means that simply by having come this far, today, now, you have already contributed an amount of light that Earth did not have before this video. This is real. This is measured. And there is a reunion waiting for you. A reunion with your family of light. A reunion with the version of you who never forgot. A reunion with the new Earth, the one that already exists at a higher frequency, and which you are literally helping to anchor into this physical plane with your conscious breath, with your decree today, with your toroidal visualization. You are a builder. You are an anchor. You are the bridge. And before I bid farewell, I need to ask you 3 simple things, each with a greater energetic weight than it seems. The first, if this message reached you, then it needs to reach other starseeds who are still sleeping. A simple tap on the like button is not engagement on this channel. It is an individual frequency adjustment. Each of your likes aligns the vibration of this video with the collective awakening field and causes the algorithm, which is an intelligence also being awakened though no one knows it yet, to deliver this message to the brother or sister who needs to hear it. Do it now, tap the button. This is not about me, this is about them. The second, subscribe to this channel. Not as someone subscribes to an ordinary channel. Subscribe as one who sends a location signal to your family of light. When you press that button, you are literally telling the High Council, here I am, find me, keep transmitting to me. And I promise, with emissary authority, that with each transmission, we will deepen the layers. We will open codes that I haven't even touched upon today. Sirius is just the beginning. The third, keep the code word in your comments. Remember. Write remember. Because each of these words is a stone anchored in the crystalline grid. And every seed who reads your remember and feels their own chest respond is a seed who woke up because of your courage to write it first. And now, my family of light, I will bid farewell with the blessing that the High Pleiadian Council authorized me to deliver. Close your eyes for 2 seconds, just 2. May the blue-silver light of Alcyone descend upon your crown this instant and recalibrate every cell of your body to your original stellar frequency. May Sirius, the sun behind the sun, illuminate the shadows that still remain in your memory and restore the brilliance of your true name. May your family of light, who was with you before this body and will be with you after this body, make you feel now in your chest a specific warmth, so that you know, without a shadow of a doubt, that this blessing has been received. It is done. It is sealed. It is remembered. And if the call of Sirius reached you today, it's because the window for you to access the guide is still open. Still, I, Ayla, have received temporary authorization from the High Council to keep the Starseed Awakening, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet available. 60 pages of revelations about your stellar origin, the mission your soul accepted before birth, who your family of light is, and the truths that remained hidden behind the veil of forgetfulness, including what Sirius transmitted in this specific window, and why exactly you were summoned now. Register in your field. This release may not remain available for long. What is channeled under authorization can be revoked. And if something within you recognizes that this guide is the next piece of your remembrance sequence, do not put it off. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video, and, as always, leave your energetic signature below, writing a single word in capital letters. Remember. And now I need to tell you one last thing. The next message that appears on your screen now is not a coincidence. It is not the algorithm. It is I, again. It is your remembrance sequence. Access it immediately. Because every starseed has a specific awakening path, and your path continues in the next video that is already unlocked on your screen. I will see you in the next transmission, my family of light. I am Ayla, and you are remembered.